Coffee Cuties, we are back with another banger. And today we are going to explore the many lies of the natural hair movement. So let's just get right into it. So as we know by now on this channel, the original purpose of the natural hair community was so Black women can embrace and appreciate our natural coily hair, our type 4 hair. However, as we know, unfortunately, as the movement started taking off, it basically lost its original purpose and became something that was full of clickbait and a cash grab pretty much to any and all brands who was willing to throw coily or curly on the label. So today I am going to explore the many lies that was told within the original natural hair movement and debunk them with some truths. Now, I am not going to go over a lot of ones that I went over in previous videos. I am going to try to keep this video fresh and come up with some new ones that I have yet to discuss. So let's just get into number one, and that is washing of the hair. So many natural hair quote unquote gurus convince their audience that washing our hair is bad. Now, as we know, hair is a personalized experience, so maybe some girlies were getting the benefits of washing their hair once a month. I heard some people say once every 3 months, etc. However, it is not quote unquote bad to cleanse your hair, and washing your hair does serve a purpose, especially when it comes to things like scalp health, etc. Now, again, there is no standard when it comes to washing your hair. You should practice the best methods for your hair. Basically, you have to judge how your hair feels after you, for example, wash it every 3 days, once a week, once a month, once every 3 months, if you choose to go that long. Me personally, I like to wash my hair every other week. That's just how my hair personally feels the most moisturized. And I also follow up, of course, with a conditioner as well as deep conditioning under the steamer. And I have low porosity 4C/4B hair, just for a reference point. But moving on to the next lie that was told within the old natural hair community, and that is if you are transitioning or you have any type of heat damage, all you need to do is buy some luxury natural hair product, whether it be like Olaplex, that's the one I can think of off the top of my head, but there are plenty expensive luxury brands that the gurus basically try to push on you to convince you that if you are transitioning, this magical shampoo and conditioner will make your hair get back to a healthy, natural state. Sometimes that can be true depending on how bad the heat damage or heat training was. However, just as a rule of thumb, if you have heat damaged or heat trained hair, you will likely have to cut it off and transition out of it the good old fashioned way, which is either you can do the big chop or you can slowly cut the ends off until you are comfortable with rocking it in its fully natural state. But next, I am going to talk about another one that I think was kind of forgotten or lost in the sauce, and that is to use Monostat Cream on your hair to grow your hair. That's right, yeast infection cream was being pushed by the YouTube gurus. Let me know down in the comment section if you girlies remember to grow your hair. I don't know if it worked or not because I thankfully never tried it. But again, if you did try it, let me know what your experience was. But I don't think that us, as a matter of fact, I know us as coily cuties, we do not need to go to these drastic measures in order to grow our hair. And I'm going to get into hair growth in a second, but our coily hair does grow with a proper routine with products that were made for coily hair. Next, I am going to get into the onions, potatoes, and rice water trend. So these products, these DIY type in your cabinet type products was pushed on us to allegedly promote hair growth, etc. And it did work for some girlies. I actually did try the rice water challenge, and I feel like I did notice maybe like half an inch of growth, but the problem was that it was protein overload for my personal hair type, and it caused a lot of dryness. Again, you have to do your research before trying any type of products, whether it's over the counter or if it's a actual brand product, etc. But I do want to throw that out there. But let me know what your experience was when it came to the onions in water, potatoes in water, or rice water. But next, I'm going to address the talking point that grease is bad. Again, hair is a personalized experience, so what may be good for you may not be good for me, and vice versa. But me personally, I'm not a grease girly like every 2 days, every 3 days, once a week. But I do have grease within my hair products, and if I feel like my scalp is a little dry, I will use some grease, and I don't have any issues with it. The key to using grease, if you are a girly who wants to try out grease, whatever the hair type of grease it is, use a clarifying shampoo after you are done with your grease application, whenever your next wash day is, to just make sure you are fully cleansing the scalp. Let me know what your experience has been with grease as well. Also, be sure to leave your hair type, density, porosity, all those things in the comment section so that we can match our hair twins to the best of our ability. Of course, all hair is personalized, but just to give the girlies the overall ideal of how to treat their hair. But next, I'm going to get into another talking point of just drink water and eat a healthy diet and your hair will grow tailbone length or waist length or whatever. This kind of reminds me of the talking point that a lot of girlies give to women with acne, and that is just drink water. Now, as we know, there is some truth to that, as eating a healthy diet and having a lot of water within your system definitely can slow down inflammation and just leave you hydrated, etc., which will be beneficial to hair, skin, etc. However, drinking water and eating a healthy diet is not all it's going to take to grow hair. Now, maybe for some, but I'm speaking overall, you still are going to need a proper routine. You're still going to want to make sure your hair is moisturized, getting the proper trims, etc. It's going to take more than just drinking some water and then you're going to wake up the next day with your hair down to your knees, basically. But next, I'm going to talk about the talking point that I actually addressed in a full video. I'm going to leave it down below, but I just want to kind of cover it briefly that everyone has 4C hair. If you are black especially, they just threw us all in one category and said you all have the same hair, which, as we know on this channel, is absolutely not true. You can have 4A, 4B, 4C, a mixture, and your hair can be perfectly healthy. Be sure to check out my video about how to treat different textures of hair within your hair. All these videos are dropping this week, so I'm not sure if this one will come first or that one. But if you're listening to this one, it is coming very soon. I'm going to give some styling tips on how to treat a mixture of hair textures. But again, we all do not have 4C hair. That is a myth that needs to be debunked. But next, we're going to get more into hair growth. So it was a time on the market when you could not open Instagram, YouTube, etc. without some type of growth oil that was promising you was going to grow hair down to your knees in 3 days. This is not how hair growth works. I'm not saying that these oils may not be good for your hair long term, but there is no magical potion to just pretty much wake up with hair down to your knees. It takes a proper routine, proper care, TLC. It's a lot that goes into growing your hair long, but that takes me to my next talking point is that our hair can't grow long, which is absolutely false. So our hair can grow long, but to try to use a magical potion, that's where the fallacy comes in. And then another talking point when it comes to hair growth is that if you grow long hair, it's because you're genetically blessed to have long hair. That, again, is false. I feel like all black women with curly hair can grow long hair with the proper routine that fits their hair type, density, porosity, TLC, patience, etc. I feel like genetics may play a role, but that is not the only factor to long hair. Next, I'm going to get into the whole coconut oil thing. I remember it was a time where curly cuties were just throwing coconut oil all over their hair. Again, it was all about the hair growth in the old natural hair movement. So Coconut oil may work for some hair types, porosity, density, etc., but for others it may be drying. So you have to play around with what your hair likes and figure out what your personalized experience is. But to just let coconut oil be the end all be all for all coily cuties, I have to use that as one of the lies told within the natural hair community. And next, I am going to talk about the fact that all black people have thick hair. This is not true. There is a category within natural coily hair that is called fine hair. Now, this can be due to breakage, manipulation, heat damage. It could be a lot of factors such as that, or it could simply be genetic. But to just assume that because you are black, you're going to have high density or thick hair, I have to throw that in the category of lies because, again, there is coily cuties with fine hair and they deserve proper representation as well. And lastly, I am going to talk about, actually this is second to last, the DIY girlies who basically told you that you need to put your whole kitchen sink on your head in order to have healthy hair. We know by now that this is absolutely false, and a lot of these DIY projects have since basically went by the wayside, and we are better educated with how to treat our hair, etc. But it deserves an honorary mention because there was a time, literally, again, where the girls was pulling out the whole kitchen cabinet in order to take care of our coily hair. But that time, again, has pretty much passed. But the last thing is when it comes to trimming the hair. Now, this is another area that's going to be personalized because everybody's growth rate is different. Everybody has a different experience when they come to their hair, how they want their hair to feel, etc. Some people love the blunt ends. They love to have their twist outs or wash and goes feel when they always get a fresh trim, while other girls, they may enjoy going to 3 months, 6 months, and their hair is still thriving. You have to find out what time frame basically of trimming works for your hair. Also, what you consider a trim. In my opinion, a trim is 1/4 inch. Now, to some other people, it could be 1/2 inch, or it could just be wherever you see-through hair. I know a lot of stylists adopt that principle, but I also know a lot of clients are not happy when they go to a stylist and they literally get a full-on haircut. So again, you have to do the research and really explore what you consider a trim. But I want to debunk the fact that some girlies are saying you don't need a trim at all. I feel like if you don't get a trim, it will cause split ends. You can correct me in the comment section if you disagree, but that's just how I feel. So I am going to throw trimming the hair into the category and debunk some of the lies told within the natural hair movement when it comes to trimming as well. But that is the full list that I can think of in addressing topics that we have not already touched on the channel. But if there's a topic that I left out in any other video and this video as well, be sure to leave it down in the comment section below because we are here to debunk all these false narratives, these lies, etc. It is time for it to stop. The buck stops here as we are moving forward to the coily hair community. We don't want to bring any of this toxicity with us. We are again creating a coily hair movement in order to properly educate ourselves around our coily type for hair. Also to get proper representation. Also to have brands who only support, we're going to back brands basically that support coily hair. We are not going to spend our dollars on brands who do not invest in learning and creating products for our hair. We are going to complement each other. We are going to create a full grassroots movement. If you want to know more information about the coily hair community, be sure to click on the link down in the description below that says the new natural hair movement, and all the details are within that video. But this is the end of this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave any and all thoughts because I do not police the comments. Also, be sure to tell a friend because we are lit over here and we have a lot more bangers to come. But until next time, see ya.